Guys, it's your host Brett for Brett's Review. It's time to fire up this review. I just got done watching Hardcore Henry. Sorry for the long pause. I just got done watching it. And by God, it is awesome. It is one, I recommend it. I wouldn't let little kids watch it. Very brutal. Awesome. Has drugs, nudity, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It started out, in my opinion, like in the first 5 minutes or so, I say. It kind of starts out slow, but then all of a sudden it just picks up. Henry wakes up in tank, and he gets unplugged, and he sees this beautiful woman. Ignore the beeping of the microwave, and she tells him they're husband and wife. She gives him a ring, and she gives him a gown or whatever to wear. She puts gives his left hand a robotic arm, a hand from the elbow all the way up, and she attaches his left leg from around the knee down, robotic foot or whatever, and he doesn't have a speech drive. This entire movie he's not able to speak, but it's in first person mode. This movie's the reason why I say this movie is so good. It's in first person mode the whole time. It's like, first person, yeah, boom, 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 kick your ass. And it's just breaking of the limbs, snapping the neck. People's heads being blown off, you take the robotic cable and wires and stuff that he took from his eye in the last fight, like the very last minutes of the fight. He ripped out his own eye, and it was a robotic eye. He had his robotic eyes put in, I guess a new jaw put in, and all the fight scenes, they're awesome, especially the last one. But the bad guy, he's weird. White hair, his eyes are all messed up. He's probably one of them. He was probably enhanced as well. And he's got this telekinesis. He's able to pick people up from whatever with just a wave of his hand. And he wants a robotic army. So he's taking people like Henry, who have died, bringing them back to life, giving them robotic parts, but then blocking their memories and replacing it with something else to have total control. But then you wonder, is this guy really the bad guy? And you wonder why they have these scenes like Hardcore Henry. He's trying to rescue his wife, and he's getting shot at. People are trying to kill him. He's got one guy named Jimmy who's trying to help him out, and he keeps seeing different versions of the guy throughout the movie till he finally meets the real one. And the guy actually tries to kill him, or says he tries to kill him, but yet they end up working things out, and they help each other towards the end, where Jimmy had finally died. And he helped give Henry his memories. He removed the memory blocker, and that's what gave Henry in that final fight, after he got kicked in the face, like, is he gonna die right there, or is this memory gonna snap him out of it? And his memory must have been his dad telling him, no, you're such a puss. Just like how it started out the movie. You got 3 bullies. You got this little toy metal robot or whatever that this Henry must have built or got, and they destroyed it. And they must have beat the hell out of him, because here he is sitting there, he's unable to do anything. And he's like, I'm not going to call you anything besides your name, Henry. But sometimes you gotta tell yourself, are you just going to sit there and let the blood, swallow the blood in your mouth and do nothing? Or are you going to get up and spill theirs? That, in a way, it's like when you're in a fight. Are you just going to sit there and let yourself get beat up? Or are you going to sit there and let your friends or your family get beat up? Hell no. Hell no. You're going to get your ass up. You're going to spit that blood out. And you're going to open up a can of whoop ass. And that's exactly what happened. He got fired up. And he went after that guy. And it was one of them Matrix kind of things where he's flipping out. He grabs one of the guy's hands, the white-haired guy's hands, and just rips it in half. And the guy gets away and he starts freaking out, so he just goes this whole moment, kind of like a Storm in X-Men, where she's rising in the air and Henry's being thrown, bodies being thrown, parts of the building are being thrown all aside, the helicopter's already in the air, with the woman that's supposed to be his wife. Hint. Kind of, probably spoilers if you haven't seen it. The woman that he meets is also the villain. Yeah, spoilers. And that was the whole trick. He was the one that was supposed to be not just the start, but the end of an era. And when he was going to do everything for this woman that he supposedly loved, who was supposedly his wife, he was trying to save her. Turns out that she wasn't either one. So obviously anybody would be pissed off about that, especially if you were turned into a cybernetic badass that leaves death and destruction everywhere you go. You know, because people are trying to kill you and you're trying to rescue somebody, but it turns out the person you're trying to rescue is also the villain. And that end fight, that very last moment, like I said, where he ripped out his right eye, and you could see it in his left. They ripped that out, and he pulled that cord out, and it was such a long cord, such a long wire. And he used that to wrap around, all the way around, and then he pulled on it. Once he got it all the way around, at least one good time, he pulled, and all the way around, just like this, ripped, basically forcibly cut the bad guys. I wish I could remember his name, but his name is so damn weird. Off. And then kicked his body off the building, while still in the air, because he did that Matrix thing where he's jumping on body after body, then grabbing a hold of the guy. And I'm going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. I recommend it. Not the little kids, though. I'd keep little kids out of it. But first-person movies like that, like Hardcore Henry, is a very good movie. I recommend it. And it's like, how, you wonder, how did he die? Well, okay, he's got no jaw, no eyes. Half his left arm's pretty much half gone. His left leg's pretty much half gone. He must have been in one big of a fight, or he got blown up. But the whole, let's go back and talk about Jimmy for a few minutes. He actually worked for the guy to make these soldiers, these cybernetic warriors, and only the girl that supposedly is his wife was the one who was able to do it correctly. But Jimmy couldn't do it correctly. He was making mistakes. And so he decided to create, basically, a cybernetic human or an android or something other. This little human-like machine that's already enhanced, that in that wheelchair that he was in, he would able, it's like virtual reality. You slip that helmet on and you zone out. It's just like Sword Art Online. You just log in, start, boom, you're in another body. And he's got a dancer, a singer, he's got a punk, a gangster, he's got a sniper, he's got a soldier, another soldier, and he's got a professor, I would say. A homeless man, and a CIA agent, I guess, or an FBI agent, whatever. Either way, it was how he has so many different personalities for these other characters, and the guy who played, each person who played these characters in this movie did an excellent job. An excellent job. The whole acting between each actor was awesome, especially the guy who played Jimmy, who had to play all these different personalities. He did an excellent job. That would be a hard role to do, and to be able to act in that sort of way, to be able to perform that well. And like I said, this is all my opinion. And yeah, I'm pretty psyched up about it. I was warming up another deal of food, and I couldn't take my eyes off the movie. And it's a movie has to really interest me in order for me to buy it, not just sit there and watch it. It has to interest me. I sat down through this entire movie, enjoying the living hell out of it. You're hardcore Henry. You're running around, leaving death and destruction, trying to find a woman that you're supposedly married to. And you finally see her, you break glass, and you're da-da-da. Just as you get this moment to kiss her, boom! You get thrown. And the first thing you see is a dead guy's crutch. You turn around and you try and fight back. Well, you get your butt beat. And then the guy threatens to kill the woman. So you decide, I'm going to take her place, which is the right thing to do in some sort of way. And you get hit in the face with a baseball bat and basically thrown off a train. And I know I'm wondering here. It makes me want to watch that movie again. The music, too, is also pretty good, in my opinion. Like, the starting music is actually pretty good. And the ending music is actually pretty good. And the music during the fight scenes is excellent. But overall, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I'm your host, Brett, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's cool down. Peace.